Hey guys, happy I was gonna say Wednesday, but it's Thursday. um,
Thursday, yeah. Change the
we've
date.
moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was sharing audio and the hold screen then. I think it was doing something really weird. So
Yeah,
I think
people
it's
could
when you
hear us.
like,
They said I was getting text messages that they can hear us.
yeah. Good job we were being nice. But yeah, we're good. We're live. How's things with you?
Good. A lot of news from us. We decided to wait to release on Ape Chain. Not wait, but we decided to change the way that we were doing things. So we're not going to migrate to Ape Chain anymore. We're going to drop a new collection on Ape Chain, the new one. So that's going to be either the beginning of next year, or maybe at the end of this year, December. More than likely, I think I'm pulling for Q1 and next year. I think it'll be better.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. I think it makes total sense to me to just, stay on ETH and then release a
Yeah,
second collection on Ape.
yeah, I think it's better because like it's just it wouldn't be fair for the community to had to pay to go into Ape Chain, right? Like it just wouldn't be fair for them. It was too much money. There was too many different ways to do it. I mean, the portal was already created. And we didn't expect ETH to go up as much as it did. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's part of the problem. Like the gas fees are just insane, and that's why we decided to just scratch that. It was the
Yeah.
money that we already put into the builder. It's already done. We
Yeah.
already paid for it and everything. So yeah, so we just decided to say no and just drop the new collection on Ape Chain when it's finished. So I'm gonna keep working on the artwork for that, which is coming out pretty cool, and kind of take it from there.
Wicked. Is the artwork, is it like a progression from, the current artwork? Is it a slightly different style or
Yeah, it's gonna be a slightly different. It's more like my PFP on X, right, or my PFP on Instagram, or wherever I'm at. Usually, I use the same PFP, but it's gonna be along those lines there.
cool?
Why are you
I mean,
laughing?
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I think it's going to look amazing because I love your PFP. It's a little bit more, it's like more sophisticated, isn't it, than the
yeah,
current,
it's gonna be super sophisticated. I mean, it's
yeah,
super detailed. It's gonna
yeah,
be like very it's gonna be different, and it's gonna be cool. I think people will like it.
yeah. It's going to be wicked. I'm excited for
Yeah.
that. It's going to be really cool. Um, Well, I think potentially tomorrow I may have in my hands, I'm going to share my screen, these beautiful trading cards. Woohoo! I'm so
Wow, look at
excited for
that.
this. I know. So this is one of the holographics. So um, I've been sharing little sneaky peeks of the hollows. I think they've come out so amazing. JJ has done the most incredible job. Each of those he hand makes. So
Yeah.
he's made me, oh God, 200 and something uh, cards by hand, which
Well, that
is,
looks really good.
it's just insane, right? I'm just like so
I
excited.
mean, it looks really good quality, which is what.
Yeah, and NF Creeps, he does his cards, and you can just see the quality of them. I've got a holographic one there actually, but yeah, they're really nice. The print's really cool. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and they're like really nice thickness. They just feel the quality of them.
Yeah, they look really good.
When you open them, it feels something really, really special. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited for that. So I think I should have delivery of them. That was the estimated deliveries tomorrow. So I'll be like sat around the house waiting
Yeah,
like
that
a
looks really
crazy
good.
person. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I'm excited for that. And then the other news for Cute and Creepy Gang is we have, oh, where is she? There. So we have a new Mystic Moon because obviously we had the Harvest Moon, Full Moon. So
Oh, that's cool.
I've gone a bit spooky.
That's
Um,
detailed. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Well, I had loads of fun doing that actually. So I wanted to do another of the mannequin Nico cats, and I
Mhm.
thought, how about I just put my other one into a little skeleton suit and kind of dress him up for Halloween. So I'm really loving that. It's really cool. And I thought, as it's Spooktober, and I kind of um yeah, I just thought let's do something. I know normally it's like mint two lunar witches.
That's different though. It looks good.
Yeah, so I was thinking it's normally mint two lunar witches, but I thought let's do just mint one lunar witch during October, and you'll get that because I feel like everyone needs a bit of a pumpkin in their wallet. So
I agree.
yeah, I thought, if Cute and Creepy Gang can't give stuff away during Spooktober, I don't know when they can. So yeah, so if you mint one lunar witch, you will get this as an airdrop rather than minting two like it normally is. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
You know,
that's
one thing we got to talk about is that we're moving the show, your show, to Thursday nights
yes.
from Wednesday. So we got to make sure everybody knows that we're moving it
Yeah.
from Wednesday to Thursday now.
Yeah. So yeah, it just works out a little bit better for you guys,
Yeah.
doesn't it, with work and stuff. And it's actually
Yeah.
quite good for me because we have the FCW space. Creepy Steve obviously hosts that on a Tuesday, and Dave and myself co-host. And that's quite late for me. That doesn't finish till like 1 a.m. ish in the morning. So then having a second late night on the Wednesday, because obviously I
Yeah.
have to live on EST fucking schedules these days because all my friends are now American. So yeah, so it's kind of good to have Wednesday as like I can get another early night, and then it's all right then
You're
Thursday.
gonna have to move to the States.
Do you know what? I don't think Jace would take much persuading right now.
Where would he move though? He would move what, to New York?
Oh, I don't know. Our big thing was like we got to bring the dog. So
You can bring the dog, yeah.
yeah, she'd have to go into quarantine or something crazy though, I reckon. So yeah, but yeah, I think I think it's good. Thursday night, mix it up.
Yeah, this morning we also had a show this morning, so it was
I
really good.
loved that show this morning.
Yeah,
He
we
was
had Alex from
really,
Rug Dolls.
yeah, he was super interesting, and
Yeah,
I really resonated with everything he was saying. Being a founder, and like he was talking about how hard it is to do it on your own, and you need a team. And I was like, I can totally relate to that, as I know
yeah,
you
it's
guys
hard.
can. But yeah, I loved everything. Yeah, he was talking about. He was a good guy.
Yeah, no, he was definitely a really good guy, very cool, very smart. And they seem to be doing a lot, right? Like the
Yeah.
Rug Dolls, they seem to be doing a lot of stuff. I still need to get. I know Kevin owns a few of them. I didn't get any yet, but I will. Maybe tonight or tomorrow. I got to get a few of those Rug Dolls.
Yeah, I don't have any of those, but he was something. Was he to do with the dolls on Ape as well? I've got those.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
that's part of his
I
collection
really
too.
like those because they kind of a
And
little
I
bit.
really like those. They're very
Yeah, I've
detailed.
got a couple. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're nice. Yeah, so cool. But
Yeah.
we have an amazing guest this
Who do
evening.
we have today? Who do we have?
We have oh hey guys, let's just say a quick what's up to Captain Futon, NF Creeps, Luna. Hello, hello. Yeah, we have One Got Beats. So he's a music producer, artist, just genuinely cool guy. I was really lucky I got to meet him in New York.
Yeah.
So that was excited. So I'm going to bring him on 2 seconds. Let me do that right
You
now.
met so many people in New York.
I did. I was busy. Hey, dude.
Hey, man,
Hey,
how are
what's
you?
going on, guys?
How's it going?
Good, good. Can you hear me?
We
Yeah,
can
yeah,
hear
we can hear
you.
you good. Can you hear us
Okay,
good?
perfect. No, I hear you guys great. We're good.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm trying out my headphones for the first time tonight. I feel like super professional.
It's professional now.
Yeah, I
She's
put mine
legit.
on. Usually, like, the interviews are blaring in the speakers, so I said, let me put the headphones on today.
At least I won't keep Jace up as well. He can't hear everything going on. So, yeah. But
Plus, I feel like I'm in podcast mode, right? Like
I know. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm in business now. I've got a microphone. This is it. I'm serious now.
She's serious now.
I'm not messing
She's
around
legit.
anymore. I'm gonna get a clipboard with questions on and a cue, like an auto cue.
Oh, do
No,
you?
not really.
I
Not really.
was gonna say you're really prepared.
No. I'll have like a full lighting rig before you know it. Oh, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I can't complain. Just taking everything one day at a time. No pun intended.
I posted that photo of when I met you in New York earlier. I just love that photo so much. We all look so happy.
Yeah, big smiles, right? It's
I know,
like,
it's cool.
well, because you hear these voices and you kind of like have these relationships with these people that you speak to, but you never see,
Yeah,
and then you get these opportunities to like put faces to names and really um, kind of solidify those connections. So I think it's really cool during those conferences when you're meeting the people that you're talking to, and kind of just breaking the ice and really just seeing like that in real life connection, because I think
yeah,
that's like kind
Yeah,
of
that's
lost on
important.
this space.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah, it was really cool. It definitely cements friendships, doesn't it? Like for sure. Like I feel like I always felt like I was going nowhere, but now I've met everybody, I'm really going nowhere. It's like kind of I absolutely love everybody, and it just was just a joy to meet you and like meet Steve and Dave, and just yeah, it was really cool. And Miguel and Kev, met those guys too. So yeah, it was awesome. But tell us a little bit about yourself. For those who don't know, you're a music producer, an artist. Like, how did you
Yes.
journey into Web3? How did you end up in this amazing creative space?
So it was all really through crypto. In 2016, I had a friend that was talking to me about Bitcoin, and I took an interest, but I didn't buy in when I wanted to. And then I saw like that first real big bull run that Bitcoin had, and I still remember seeing Bitcoin at like $600, and feeling like I missed the boat when it came to Bitcoin. And so in like late 2019, early 2020, a lot of people were talking to me about Ethereum, and I started buying Ethereum. And shortly after, a friend of mine who saw that I was dabbling in digital art was like, "Hey, man, you should put your art on chain." And I had no idea what that meant.
No.
And then I had another friend that was like, "Oh man, you should do NFTs," and I had
Yeah.
no idea what
What?
that meant. So so I spent like 6 or 7 months like diving down the rabbit hole of like, what is blockchain art? How do you put your art on chain? What's an NFT? And you know, and this was like prior to this was like early 2020, 2021. So this was like pre Bored Apes,
Right. Okay.
before the huge PFP craze, and everything was still kind of like um, a lot of the like one of one art. It was still kind of like really, really artsy. Um, and shortly after, like the Bored Apes had released and everything became like PFPs, and I kind of had this skull design that I had kind of been drawing and perfecting and making different characters of, and using like um, pop culture references with the art. And long story short, I made a PFP collection called the Skull Hunters, which was 187 one of one, skulls that I put on Ethereum, and I launched them on OpenSea. And shortly after, like within the first few months, I started to see a little bit of traction. Started doing IRL events, did all the typical PFP stuff, made a
Yeah.
Discord, started a group chat, things like that. Just like got really into like the engagement aspect of it. And shout out to my friend Kane Mayfield. He's like big into like Bitcoin music, and he was like, listen, you're a producer. What are you doing with a PFP project? And I was like, well, I wanted to um, attach my music to my art, and I just didn't know which way to go about it. And he was working with a team called Renaissance City, which was doing prefabricated build outs in metavoxels. And I mean in crypto voxels, excuse me.
Yeah.
So I got like a digital gallery in crypto voxels. It's like a three story multimedia digital gallery, and I added it as unlockable content in the NFTs. So now anybody that owned that NFT was able to go into this crypto voxel plot and look at the art on the wall. They could like audition different instrumentals that I had, and it
Oh,
really just kind of tied the music to the art.
that's
That's
amazing.
pretty cool.
Do you think of yourself as a musician first or an artist first, or like what, have you always been doing both? Has it always come together?
Um, So originally I was an artist first. As a child, I drew a lot, and then I kind of had this moment where I was pushed out of it in a way. Like my parents kind of had this thing where I was having troubles in school because I wasn't really paying attention in class. I spent more time drawing and daydreaming than actually like doing my schoolwork.
Yeah,
And my parents had this moment where it was just like, look, like you need to focus on school. There's no future in art. You need to like, buckle down and focus on your grades. And I was like, okay. And then in my later years, as a teenager, I got into writing music. I worked with an independent label, had the opportunity to work with an engineer producer. And that's how I got into music production and actually making beats. And so, ironically, like I didn't get back into the art sector of creativity maybe until about 2017, 2018, really. And then
uh,
it's kind of just been full blown ever since.
oh wow. Do you how do you what's your process with in terms of, are you AI? Do you use the iPad Pro? Like,
Uh,
how do
iPad
you
Pro,
create your?
these are all Procreate.
Yeah,
All of this stuff is drawn. This was not
amazing.
AI at all. That was kind of like my first brush with NFTs. And if, as you can see, like a lot of them are like comic book inspired because
Yeah,
as a kid I
Oh, that
wanted
is
to be
pretty
a
cool.
comic book artist. I really
Yeah.
like that's how my parents got me to read for leisure.
yeah,
Outside of school, like I didn't like to read, and comic books was like my first venture into like leisure literature and actually and the art aspect is really what drew me in. And then I fell in love with the storytelling and the
yeah,
characters. So fast forward, when you look at the collection, it's all like anime characters, comic book characters, video game characters. A lot of it is just really deep rooted in like, if you can see, I have an entire wall of Funko Pops. So
I was going to ask you, what was
I
that in
know.
the
I was
background?
going to ask as
these
well.
are all Funko Pops. So as you can see, like I'm a comic book anime junkie. I'm a collector. So the NFT
Amazing.
space just made sense for me. Like
Yeah,
I'm a collector by nature.
Yeah.
I have
You're home. You're home.
figurines and yeah. So it's literally a part of me. So
Yeah.
like this collection was kind of like my first real deep dive into NFTs and honestly, it's kind of kept me sane, right? Because during COVID, during lockdown, I spent a lot of time on Clubhouse and in Twitter Spaces,
okay.
really finding my collector base and connecting with people and selling these NFTs. And once things started to open up, I was able to do IRL events and get people to kind of come around. And um, I really like built a connection with the collector base that I had. Most of my collectors are from the New York area, so
Yeah,
um, it was really cool, to make that connection with them and
Yeah.
kind of create that IRL connection out of something that started out online,
yeah.
especially the
Are you
NFT
from New
space.
York?
Yeah, originally I'm born and raised in New York. I just moved to Florida last year.
Oh,
So
okay.
this was like the first time I had to fly to New York for NFT NYC. Usually I'm just like running around the city.
Oh yeah, I love these. I love the comic book inspiration. I think
Yeah, these are pretty cool.
they are really cool. They got a
Thank
really
you.
strong floor price as well. They're
Yeah.
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I think there's only like 30 pieces left in the collection out of 187. So, and I did this late 2020, early 2021.
That's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
do you attach like music to this, or how exactly does the music part come into it?
So in the NFT, there's unlockable content on all of them, and the unlockable content is a link to that digital gallery that I was talking about earlier
Yeah,
in crypto voxels. So kind of like you go into the unlockable content, you hit the hyperlink, and it brings you right into the crypto voxel plot, and then you can kind of just like explore through this virtual three-floor multimedia um, space, and it's really cool. Like it's really trippy. Um, I bought an Oculus just to experience it in
oh
VR, which was
wow.
cool. So, I would always tell, and it's cool because even like with the NFTs, if you open it on your phone, you can kind of explore mobily. You
Uh-huh.
can, you can do it on a laptop. But my favorite way to experience it is with the Oculus.
Wow. Oh, and some of these are animated as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, so that one is actually an
Yeah.
airdrop. So like what I did was I would do like tiers of airdrops.
Okay.
Um and this was like I think when we hit like one ETH in volume trade, I gave that one away. So there's like landmark airdrops that like every time we hit a milestone, I would do an airdrop for like a specific date or anniversary or milestone that we hit.
That's a really cool idea. I love that. How did you create that? What's that done in?
So this is Procreate, and then I used
The animation.
a no, well, I did Procreate. It was a still image, and then I used oh man, what is the name of this program? Oh man, I'm forgetting. It's a desktop. It's a desktop application. It's like I forget the name of it. It's like a glitch thing.
Oh, yeah. I think Metalhead was telling us about this, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, I'm in because I
Ah,
haven't used it in quite some time. It's kind of like I'm drawing blank right now, and I hate
I
when I'm on the
know,
spot and
that's
stuff because
horrible.
because like the stream's gonna end, and I'm gonna be like, I got
How
it,
is
and
it?
then it's gonna be over. The moment has passed. But yeah, I kind of just like to explore in different things and just different methods. Mosh Pro, yes, there you go.
Yes,
Thank you, Acid. It
acid.
is
Well
Mosh
done.
Pro. Yes,
I
shout out
said,
to Acid in the chat.
I said,
Acid
always
saved the
know.
day. It is Mosh Pro. Yes, I use Mosh Pro
Oh,
to
well
create
done,
those
acid.
effects.
Oh, we love
Thank you,
acid.
Acid. Yeah.
But he's
Yes, we
gone
do.
full professor on us there, isn't he? He's like, children, this is what you're using.
Yeah, it's definitely Mosh Pro.
Oh my
Um,
God, that's so cool. I'm going to share one of your other collections now. Hang on, let me stop because I'm having to, because there's music on this one. So I need to.
okay.
What would you rather talk about first, sacred geometry or celestial odyssey? Does it matter or?
It doesn't. I mean, both of them are really. I'm proud of both of them.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Celestial Odyssey was my first music NFT outside of the Skull Hunter collection.
Right,
Um,
I'm going to press play and we can just listen. It's only a minute.
Like you. Ooh, cool.
That is so, I absolutely, it's so freaking cool.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
it's
Thank you.
unreal. How did you, what's the inspiration for this piece?
So originally, I didn't want to do any NFTs until after the Skull Hunter collection sold out. Right, I was like, all right, I'm not
Mhm.
gonna do anything. I kind of wanted to like stay true to seeing that process all the way through. And then I remember I was talking with somebody, and they're like, don't stop your creative process because you started one journey. It's like you make
Yeah,
music, you make art, you can do a bunch of things at once
yeah,
and still be
Well,
true to like who you are and what you started. He's like,
yeah,
as long as you
yeah.
see one thing all the way through to the end, you don't have to not do the other.
yeah.
And
That does
so
feel
I
like
said,
a
"Oh,
tricky feeling when you've got a collection of a number of things, isn't it? I think I had that same when I launched the Lunar Witch collection. It's like, oh, should I do anything else until that's? I had the same internal, and then I thought, no,
Yeah.
you just keep creating on that universe and kind of,
Hmm.
you know, build on it
well,
really. And
I think was I saw a lot of people like start things out and not necessarily see them through and then go pivot into different directions
yeah,
and completely forget about what they started with. And I felt like that was kind of disingenuous to the
yeah,
OG collectors that bought into those things. And I kind of didn't want to get seen in that light. But I think that what helped me kind of stay true to that was to continue to push the Skull Hunter collection, of
Yeah.
course, but then also everything that I did creatively and musically still paid homage to that thing. Like I've always kind of had a fascination with skulls and skull art and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I felt like right into this group and community like perfectly, because between Acid and Ukas, like I mean, all of you guys, like
We
the
all do
creepy
skulls.
art, it's all like yes, exactly. So it just I just felt at home, doing things with you guys and kind of like jumping in the chats. And so so a lot of my art has like that inspiration. And so like with this piece in particular, I kind of started off with like drawing this skull in Procreate and hit a bit of a wall, and then ran it through AI, and then I started to get these really cool images.
Mm.
And as I continued to generate image after image after image after image after image, one day I'm just kind of like scrolling through the images, and I saw that they made this like stop motion effect, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. And then next thing I know, I'm
That's what it
just
looks like.
rendering thousands of images. So that's exactly what it is. This isn't prompt to video. This is actually me putting my art through AI and then rendering that same image and then the output again and again and again and again,
Mm.
and doing it hundreds of times. And then then you kind of see the AI start to do different things, and then the character grows, and then things change.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like that development and seeing where I start one thing and then the AI goes and does something else. So it's literally kind of just me partnering with AI and collaborating on the art. I just put in a base image, and I may just type in like simple prompts. Like with this one was very like space oriented, right? Like that's why it's called Celestial Odyssey,
Yeah.
because like the galaxies and the stars, and you see like these nebulas and these shades of like aurora borealis, but it's still kind
Yeah.
of like creepy
Mhm.
and gothicy. And then throwing like the color glitches in with the music, because I wanted something that was gonna not only just represent the music but represent the visuals as
Yeah.
well. Um, so with these, it was kind of like smaller, more curated collections, smaller drops, and then like attaching like physical goods to it as well. So like
Yeah.
one of the things that I do with the music NFTs is like, for example, with this one, I have a physical skull that I did that's going to be raffled off to one of the collectors once the last four sell.
Wow.
Same thing with
Okay.
sacred geometry. So, like with the sacred geometry one, like for example, I actually have this one in front of me, but like I have this hand painted skull.
Oh, dope. That is
So
so
it's
cool.
so I
Yeah.
actually started tagging it up, and then I actually wrote the names of the collectors on the skull. So
Ah,
every
Wow.
person that collects, so I don't know who it's going to go to. All the names are going to be here, and one person is going to get this skull once the other
That's
the
dope.
other
Yeah.
ones sell
that's
out.
really cool.
So kind of just attaching a
Yeah,
tangible
I love that.
component to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
That
cool.
was one of the things that helped me sell as many of the skull hunters as
Yeah.
I did, because I used to do monthly raffles.
Yeah.
And now, because we're kind of going into the 5 year, and Halloween will be the 5th year since I started that collection. So
Awesome.
after Halloween, I'm gonna do a 1-for-1 where anyone that buys a skull hunter will actually get a physical,
Oh, wow.
until I get the last 30 pieces off. So I actually bought 30 blank skulls. Like I'll show you. I got like a bunch of these. Oh wait,
Awesome.
I can now point. Just give me a second. There we go.
What do
So
you
I went
use? What do you use? Like materials? Do you use markers, paints?
spray paint, markers, acrylic, a little bit of everything. Like I really just have a different process with each one. Some of them I've 3D printed skulls. I have a
Oh,
3D
wow.
printer. I've like done 3D print with resin work.
Yeah.
I'll show you one that I have. Give me one second.
Okay. I'm surprised. Have you got? Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't got a 3D printer, Miguel.
No, I didn't get it yet.
No, I
I'll get there
figured that's
eventually.
got to be on your
It's in
Santa's
my radar.
Christmas.
So this is like 3D printed,
Oh,
and
Oh yeah.
this is with the 3M reflective resin. I mean,
oh,
filament. So
yeah.
when you hit it with a flashlight, it kind of reflects the light
Oh,
back out.
very
What
cool.
3D
Um,
printer are you using? Just out
I'm
of
using
curiosity.
an Ender 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
How
filament
long does it
printer.
take to print something like that? Do you print it in components like the jaw and then,
No,
pull
this is a
out
one
the
piece. So
CNC?
this something like this would take about 18 hours.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. It'll
wow.
just be there printing. And then I have stuff like so with the Celestial Odyssey, this is actually the giveaway skull for this one. And if you see
Oh,
this
look at
one,
that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
it's it's a 3D printed skull. And then what I did was I shaved half of this, well, not half of it. I shaved the side of it down to get it flush. And then I
Yeah,
melted candle wax over it. So it looks like it's melting. And then I
melting.
covered it with resin because, candle wax is very sensitive. So it would
Yeah.
chip. So I covered it with resin and then I
Oh,
That
painted
makes
it with
sense.
this, kind of not translucent, iridescent blue
yeah,
that turns into a purple when you see it in different lights.
yeah. It's
Um,
very, very
but
cool.
it's really trippy, really cool stuff.
Yeah, you can see the drippy effect is just like on the
Like
animation.
melted.
It's really
Yeah,
cool. I
it's
love
really
it.
cool.
I love that. Yeah, I like the way you describe it as not just a music video, it's a transcendent voyage into the depths of imagination. I was like, oh, I like
Yeah, it's
that.
pretty
Yeah.
cool. I like it.
Really cool. That's exactly what it
Yeah.
is. I had it on earlier whilst I was setting everything up and I was like just had it running on loop whilst I was like sat doing it. It's so cool.
But that's what I love about these videos, right? Like with stuff like this, the more you watch it, you kind of like
The more
find
you
things that
see.
you don't see the first time
Yeah,
around. And then the music just has like this really nice replay value where it's like the more you listen to it, you kind of get lost in it.
yeah,
That's kind of like the vibe and aesthetic that I go for when I'm
yeah.
creating music.
It's so what's your influence in terms of music style? Like, do you have a preference of styles you like to work in? And is there anyone that hugely sort of influences you?
Oh yeah. So I mean, with music, it's really about feeling like whatever mood I'm in to create. That's usually what I create. A lot of my stuff is very like hip hop
Yeah.
influenced. My favorite producer is Alchemist. Like he has a really
Mm,
wide range of production, and most of it tends to feel like either very soulful or very like ominous, which is kind of like the realms and moods that I play in a
yeah,
lot. So he's been like a huge inspiration on like my sound and kind of like the style of music that I make, or even the music that I
Yeah.
listen to. Like a lot of the stuff that he's produced kind of shaped the sound of like generations of stuff that I've listened to from
yeah,
like the early Mob Deep stuff, even to just like recently like the Freddie Gibbs albums, the two Alfredo albums, the Two Chains album that he just did with Larry June, the Erica Badu album that's about to come out. So like there's so much music that he's been behind,
yeah,
and it's just like a wide range of sounds.
yeah. It's really yeah. I love this. I'm going to switch to the next one because they're both equally cool.
Okay.
I love it. Right, here we go. Let me rewind that. You can tell I was playing it earlier.
Yeah.
This is the same process that you described in the other one.
Yes. Yeah.
I like that change.
Yeah, I love that. That's amazing.
I
You
like
can
it.
see the religious influences, the Day of the Dead influences.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on in there. Yeah.
it's very beautiful.
I
Yeah, and
wonder how
there's a lot
many.
of symmetry in that. So
Yeah,
it's well, how many images?
Yeah, how many images you got going there?
With this one is probably like 600 to 700 images.
Wow.
Yeah, for 60 seconds. Yeah,
Insane.
it's a lot.
But how long does it take you to create something like from? I know it's really hard when people ask me how long it take you to do that. It's really hard to say, but like I'm going to ask it anyway.
Um,
Like what? How long a process is it? You know, from that first sketch to the AI process to writing the music.
I mean, so generally, like the art and the music are usually like two separate processes, right? So like one of the things that is I have to know what sound I want to put out, right? So I'll have a
Yeah,
beat in mind, and then I'm like, okay, cool. Then I'll start to like create art that feels like it's in that tone of of that sound. So like with this beat in particular, like it felt like really dark. So like that's why
yeah,
Yeah.
you see like a lot of the like kind of like when it transitions from like the religious figure skulls to almost like that when it gets into like that hallway, and it just feels like dark, but it still has like this religious kind of like gothic kind of tone.
Mhm.
But from start to finish, I don't know, a couple of days. It can go like from like a week to just because I don't do it from like start to
got
finish.
to. No, I
I'll
know.
take some time off. Maybe I'll generate the first 100 images and then
Yeah,
take a break, and then I'll start generating some more images. Sometimes I'll like where it's going. Like with this one, the AI kind of started. There's a portion where you see where it almost gets cartoony.
yes,
So I had to like kind of run back to the AI and kind of
reprompt.
redirect,
Yeah,
yeah, reprompt it because it started to get a little too like artsy, and I wanted something that felt a little more like real,
yeah,
Yeah.
and natural. um so even that, like, it's like it'll start generating a bunch of images, and then as I'm kind of like running them through, I'll realize that, all right, this is going in a different direction, and I have to kind of go back and kind of change it. So which I kind of liked for a short span, but I didn't want it to
Yeah, I
stay
do
there
like the
too long.
yeah.
transition. Yeah.
I like the transition as well. It just
Yeah.
punctuates it
So
nicely.
I mean, it can be anywhere from like 3 or 4 days to like a month, depending. I mean,
Yeah,
I think with this one, it took a little longer because I did like a lot of post production with
yeah,
like the way that like the it blacks out during the drop of the beat. With video editing, I kind of like added those like solar burns on the film after,
Yeah.
so those are like after effects.
yeah,
So there's like, it's a multi-layered process.
yeah.
It's not, so when people see this and they're like, "Oh, it's just an AI video," I'm like,
No, no,
it's
no.
really not. It's because it's not prompt to video. It's stop motion meets video editing meets music production meets post production. So there's a lot of
There's a
layers
lot
to
going on
doing
in
something like this. Yeah,
Yeah, and AI is just another tool or app that you've used, isn't it? Or like you would use Photoshop or
yeah,
After
absolutely.
Effects or whatever. It's just part of the process, isn't it?
And I'm not even using like great AI. Like, this is like Wombo. I did this on my phone. Like
Yeah,
like the image generating I did on my phone. It's more
Wow.
like, I think the more complicated portion is like taking those images and then framing them to
yeah.
get so that it moves to the tempo of the beat. And then
That
like that's like a math equation now, because it's like, all right, well, how many beats per minute is going to be this amount of frames per second, right?
Mhm.
And
yeah,
then it's kind of like playing with that, and then getting a clean loop so that way it feels like it's moving with the music and it's not just slapped together,
slapped together. Yeah. Well, that's where the real time comes in, isn't it? The video editing
Absolutely.
part of it for sure. Did you say use After Effects a lot?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like quite the skill as well. Like I've dabbled in After Effects a little bit. It takes some getting used to, doesn't it? It's like
Absolutely.
with all the timelines and yeah, it's yeah, it's amazing. You are super talented, dude.
Oh, thank you so much. I
Yeah.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm just completely in awe of people who can write music and create music. I just because it's I wouldn't even know where to start, even though my whole life revolves around it. Generally, I'm not doing anything unless I'm listening to something. So, um, yeah, I think it's really amazing, and the variety of like genres that you seem to be able to kind of absolutely nail is just so cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah. I really like the artwork. Pretty cool.
yeah, it's very cool. Have you got like so I forgot to mention when we were coming on, I know you could hear me on the mic, but it was your album that I was playing on the whole screen, Aura One.
Okay. Yeah, Aura.
So that is like a totally different vibe to this.
Yes, it is. It's a completely different sound and vibe. And as well, it's partially AI. So like the
Ah,
vocals,
okay.
yeah, the vocals are actually AI.
So I was
Mhm.
going to ask you who was the vocal, because she's got a lovely voice.
Yeah, well, she's AI.
She's not real.
So what AI are you using for this stuff? Like, what do you use exactly?
For
AI
the
wise?
music,
Yeah.
Suno for the vocal generating, ChatGPT with the songwriting. ChatGPT helped me a lot with the songwriting. I fed it like paragraphs of prompts to get
Yeah.
the songs. Um, Only because I don't care for Suno's songwriting. The songwriting with
Mhm.
Suno sounds a little um I guess like generic in a
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no matter how much emotion I try to prompt, it doesn't really deliver. So like I went back to ChatGPT and I was just like, all right, I want a song about this and make reference to this, and you feed it lines and you give it
Yeah.
ideas for chorus, and I want this mood, I want this tone, I want I want the metaphors to be thought provoking and
Yeah.
poetic and deep, and it's like I'm and then I go back and I read the prompt and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I just wrote like a 2 paragraph
I
prompt
know.
for
No.
the song.
But it's that
But
I do exactly the same for my Luna Witch stories. I essentially
which is
write the
genius, by the way.
story.
I love
Oh,
that.
thank you.
It's
I literally
genius.
write the story. I give it the bones of it. I tell it, and then I'll tell it all the lore and the myth behind that full moon, what is spiritual influences, all that kind of stuff. And then it kind of puts it all together. And then I get it to I'll be like, I don't like this paragraph. Can you re-edit it to change this word, change that? And I literally, it is just a tool, and it's not just I go write me a story about this and it spits it out. It's
Yeah, you're navigating it.
you are completely directing it
Mhm.
and then editing it and making it work hard for you rather than like just using it as a lazy tool to go poof, which I think a lot
Right.
of people think is what you're doing if you're using chat, because that's how most people
Yeah.
would use ChatGPT, right? But
Yes.
Yep.
it is actually much cleverer than that. And
It really is, and I
yeah,
feel like the more information you feed it, the better the output you get. I think
Mhm.
that most people don't understand, like there's a science to prompt optimization
yeah,
and
yeah,
using certain words and being overly descriptive, because you're creating an outline for it to color in versus
yes,
just saying write me a song titled this about this.
Right.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, 100%. Because I found like I've also like folded like everything to do the cute and creepy gang, and I ask it prompts within this folder, so it's learning all the time about Luna
Mhm.
Witch. So
Mhm.
it's insane, and now I can ask it to write me something to do with my merch and my clothing, or write me something to do with Luna Witch and the
Mhm.
cute and creepy gang, and they are totally different tone of voice. It's just I find it so clever that I've fed it enough that it has learned about my different brands and my different, what I need. So I just, yeah, it's super
Yeah.
cler.
I mean, the prompt
Yeah,
in
people are
itself
blown
isn't
away
hard
with
on
it.
its own.
Yeah, it is
It
for
is.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's really cool. I'm going to jump onto your Twitter now, if I
Okay.
can. Let's see what's on there. But there we go. Right, let me drop that cause yeah, I love some of the stills from that sacred geometry. These, like,
Yeah, the
when you
stills are
break them
really
down,
good.
yeah, I feel like
It's hard to pick my favorites. Like even during the process of just doing this, it's like there's so many images that that I'm even thinking about doing like a sub assets for like the collectors and just like giving them some like still frames.
I was gonna say, yeah, because I
I'm
would
gonna do some
totally frame that
printouts.
and have it on my wall. Like, I'd have that
Yeah,
massive on my wall. That's it's just so cool.
yeah, I have to do some printouts too. I did tell
Yeah,
the collectors I'm gonna send them some printouts, so
and
I definitely want to get them like some nice high quality, like thick paper, glossy prints
yeah,
that can
nice.
that'll go out,
And
because
Atch,
it's really great art.
yeah, it's really cool. It belongs like framed and kind of on a wall
Hmm.
somewhere. I also just saying an actual physical piece in like like you would hang on your wall. Like I would have that as like with the real flowers and the decorations and yeah. It'd be like an amazing thing. Just giving you something to think about.
Oh, I'll take it.
Just
I will take it.
not, just hinting a little bit. I would have that on my wall.
You get it in there.
Yeah, no, they are super. Like that
Yeah.
whole video is a piece of art, and then within it are all these separate pieces of art that are just equally as amazing.
Yeah.
They're
And
really cool.
I think the cool thing about that too is also, you know, it's one of those things where I feel like it's kind of clever in a sense because you're able to you catch people in different points and you meet them where they're at, right? So like some people may be enticed by the music component, some people are enticed by the video component, some people get in because they see the physical and they're like, oh man, I'll pay, $150, whatever, however much it costs. It's like 0.05 ETH, so whatever that is at the moment. I'll pay that just for a chance to win that skull and write my name on it.
Yeah.
So I think that it's kind of attacking it from different angles is kind of clever, and I think that
it is.
It's been working.
Yeah, and I think it was on your show today. Was it Miguel, or was it in the space I was in after? Whether your guest was saying about the working in Web 2 and Web 3 and trying to marry the two together. Like I think in Web 3, you're kind of like, how do we entice people over from Web 2, but actually they can exist together and separate, and it's just another branch of your project or your art, which I kind of like the idea of, which is obviously what I hope to do with the trading cards and stuff and the pins and things like that. But I think it says a lot when it's not just one thing. You've got like a whole spectrum of things people can be excited by, and I think that just adds even more value to like what you're doing.
Yeah, I think Alex was talking about how he's doing certain things in Web 2 and then branching it over to Web 3 the other way, instead of being Web 3 and trying to go into Web 2 again.
Yeah, which is kind of, I guess, what I did really, because I came from Web 2 with all my dolls and stuff. I already had these like cute and creepy dolls, and I made another thing that just happens to be in Web 3 and crypto, But yeah, maybe we agonize too much over that Web 2, Web 3 thing. I don't know. Perhaps it doesn't matter.
It's a different market. That's how I look at it. I think that
Really different market.
you meet people where they're at. Some people will buy into some people. I think the biggest hurdle for Web3 is the crypto aspect and people not understanding crypto.
The unknown.
Yeah, well, because a lot of the crypto news, it's negative. It's
scams.
It's either you have the scams, and then a lot of it is also like I think people's like political views on crypto and how it kind of, at least in the US and in the States, I feel like a lot of people look at crypto as a as something that goes against the US dollar, and tangible currency. Even though I mean, to this day, I tell people, if you have a debit card and you're swiping a debit card, you're using cryptocurrency. If you're not paying for everything,
it's not literal.
Cash, it's you're dabbling in digital currency. Yeah. If you're online banking, it's digital currency. You're not touching the money, and then just transitioning them over and getting them to understand the crypto wallet aspect and wallet security and just retraining people to understand that you can't engage with everything on the internet anymore. That's the harder part.
I think that goes for like let's call it real money. I don't know, because the amount of scams I get on my phone for say like, oh, you've had a delivery, but we can't give it to you till you pay this fee that's not been paid, and it's a scam. They want you to go on, and they're only asking for £5 or something, but nevertheless. And the other one I've been getting a lot of is I haven't paid a parking fine, and like they're about to send the bailiff, so it's like trying to get into this panic of going on and paying a fine for somewhere you shouldn't have parked. I mean, I know is scam as soon as you see it, and there's like 50 other people on that text message. You're like, but it would somebody would panic over that and pay. So I think it like crypto's no different to that. I think that's happening on the daily. Just generally, people are getting scammed. So it's funny how
the focus is on the crypto market, right? Because it deters from the euro or the dollar or whatever it is that you're
Yeah.
using. And they don't want that. They there's no control over it. That's the problem.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so this Aura album is on iTunes. Is that right?
It's on all streaming platforms. It's on YouTube. It's
Spotify.
on Spotify. It's on
Awesome.
Apple Music. Yeah, everywhere people would stream music. I think that so I'm kind of like against streaming platforms, but
Okay.
in the um and the mindset of bringing web 2 people over to web 3, I said, you
Yeah.
know what, let me create something that this is kind of like the freebie, this is the hook, this
Yeah.
is the bait,
Yeah.
so to speak, because I'm looking to do another follow-up version which will have additional songs, and I'm
Okay.
also going to collaborate with some web 3 artists that are going to do remixes to some of these
Oh,
songs and
very
add
cool.
add
Yeah.
songs. So this is kind of the prelude to that. So it's like if you like the album, you can listen to it for free. If you want the
Yeah.
deluxe edition, you can
You
buy the
can pay.
NFT, and the
Yeah.
NFT will, have merch and it'll have added songs and kind of
Yeah.
like a deluxe edition in a sense.
Awesome. Why are you normally against streaming platforms out of interest?
Because the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Right.
For
Okay.
what artists are getting paid for their music to be streamed doesn't equate to what they can make here in Web3.
Right.
That
Even
is true. Yeah.
for example, one of my music NFTs costs anywhere from $100 to $150.
Right.
That's one NFT sale. So if I have 10 collectors and all 10 of them, I can make $1,500 on a single drop, even if it takes me a month to sell, let's say all 10 of them.
Yeah.
But it can take an artist a year to 2 years to make $1,500 on streams.
Oh,
If
wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hadn't realised it was quite. I suppose it's the same as in terms of photographers on these massive photography platforms where they upload and they probably get pence per photograph that's sold.
Mhm. Yeah.
I guess it's the same kind of thing. I'd never thought about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, with streaming platforms, artists get point
Oh
zero
my
three
god.
three cents a stream.
Oh
So
my
your
god.
song would have to stream
Just
about 30
getting all this
times
other
to get a
money.
penny. Yeah. So
That's the
well, the
real
streaming
question.
platforms. And then you look at it like, if you sign up for Allstate, you'll get Apple Music for free for a year. Or, if you sign
Yeah.
up for Disney
Yeah.
Plus, we'll throw in Spotify for a year. So people are being conditioned to absorb and listen to music for free. And I
Yeah.
think that, that's kind of why I'm against DSPs. I think that bringing listeners over to the side of the ecosystem where they're paying to collect music again, which isn't a newfound thing. People have been
No,
collecting music for years. It's
always done
just
that.
it's kind of like this new thing where like all of a sudden, maybe like the last 10 years with streaming platforms, all of a sudden people just expect music for free. So
Yeah, it's a
um
strange thing. I hadn't sort of thought about what a change that was actually. When I was before streaming platforms, a band that I like would come out with a new album. I'd go straight to the music store, buy the CD or
mhm,
the cassette back in the day,
yeah, yeah.
or the record, and that was just part of. You just didn't even think twice about spending
No, you just did
$10
it.
on an album. You just get it. Like now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you expect to pay that a month and have unlimited
You
access
know what?
to music.
Even still then, like you would pay $16-$20 for a
Yeah,
CD.
you would.
The artist would still get paid 0.003
Oh,
cents
really?
out of it. Yeah.
Well,
I
if
mean,
if an
depending on
album
I'm sorry.
yeah, when you no, you're good. You're right. I mean, honestly, like when you think about the percentage that the artist gets back on a record sale,
Yeah.
if the record sells for, the vinyl sells for $18, the artist may get 5, 6,
Okay.
So the split has always been
Unfair.
to short the artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Mhm.
that artists come into Web3 and really carving out their collector base and dealing with them directly, it puts the artist a, a position of power that I don't think that any other platform
Exists.
or any other position or any other medium has done for artists, because it cuts out the middleman. You still have a global access to a global network because it's Web3. Web3 is universal.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the biggest hurdle is just the people that you lose because of the crypto component. honestly. Like, which to me, it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a very empowering space for all artists really. Um for sure. And you hold a regular music space on X?
Yes, I do a space every Monday from 6 p.m. till about 8 or 9 p.m., depending on how long we go. So it's about 2 hours, two
Yeah.
to 3 hours. It's called Music Mondays. It's mostly producers. I like to highlight the producers in the space, but I
Yeah.
will let any musician that has music to play, share their music. We discuss music related topics, music related media, anything that's new, tech, software, hardware, anything music related for the most part. Music, Web3, native.
Amazing. Well, we're going to wrap up there because it's like nearly midnight for me. But it's been so cool diving into your art and your music. And I I try and tap into your space on a Monday, but it's quite. I'm normally like just off to bed, so I do I do normally try. I have sat and listened a few times, but
I've
yeah,
seen you in there a
I
couple
know.
of
But
times.
I'm like headphones on in bed, just like quietly. Sneaking a space in. But yeah, it is an amazing space. I do enjoy when I can jump in. I do enjoy
Thank you.
dropping in. But yeah, everyone needs to check your space out on a Monday. Your collections were on Manifold. That's right, isn't it?
The AI music videos are on Manifold. The Skull Hunters collection is on OpenSea.
OpenSea. So if
Hmm.
anyone wants to grab anything, that's where to go. If you want to give a follow on X, it's One Got Beats.
This one got beats everywhere.
Yeah, on Insta, you're on Instagram as well.
Instagram, Facebook. I'm on
So
all the socials.
on all
Blue
the
Sky. Yeah, I'm everywhere. It's
yeah,
Blue Sky. What's the
Threads,
other
even
one?
though no one uses it.
Threads. No one
Yeah,
uses Threads, but one got beats on Threads
I'm on
everywhere.
Threads. I'm on that as well.
YouTube. Yeah.
Are you a TikToker?
I do have a TikTok account. I am not a TikToker per se.
Okay.
I TikTok is probably the least of my favorite social medias, but
Yeah, that's funny. I've been dabbling a little bit more in TikTok
Yeah, I
recently.
like TikTok.
they've actually been pushing it on me.
Yeah.
I've been
Well,
feeling the peer pressure
I
to get on TikTok. So everyone's like, "Dude, you can go live now. You should just make beats live and
I
go live."
know. Yeah.
Which I've kind of been doing on Twitter. So I'm like, "All right." So people have been, "Oh, do Twitch, do TikTok. You get better engagement there."
Yeah,
Which
you
I mean, I
do.
think
You
that
do.
that's one of the things that's really kind of
That's
enticing me to do that.
for sure. That's why I've started going on TikTok because I've only got about 100 followers on there, but I'm getting like 1,900 views on a video. Whereas
You get a lot, yeah.
On Instagram, I've got like 7,500 and I get like 400 views on a video. And you just kind of
Yeah,
think, how is
yeah,
that? So, yeah, I would definitely jump on TikTok. I think people would
Yeah,
absolutely love your videos and music on TikTok for
I
sure.
agree.
thank you.
100%.
Yeah, I really do. I think it's I think it's just easier for like the smaller artists to get seen on there than it is on a lot of the other social platforms at the minute. For
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
sure.
the only thing
algorithm
with
is a lot more creative friendly
Yes,
it
it
is,
is.
yeah.
than with Instagram. I feel like Instagram wants you to spend money on ads. They want
Yeah,
you to. They've
They do,
already
yeah.
kind of like put the paywall there. Where with TikTok, they're kind of like, hey, we're for creators. Come over here.
yeah, for
So,
sure. Because I think the reason I don't get engagement on Instagram now is because I started paying for adverts. So
mm,
now it's like,
Uh,
you got a budget, like so we're not going to show you to anything
yeah,
yeah,
until
unless
you
you
pay.
Mhm.
Pay it,
Mhm.
bitch. That's
yeah,
what it
But you know what? TikTok does that too. Like you can pay on TikTok to get more
you
views,
can.
but I think the difference is that the only difference with TikTok that I see, because I have a lot of followers on TikTok, is that you have to constantly continue to post, and you can
Right.
post the same thing over and over again. It doesn't matter because that'll get you more views. But that's the key basically. It's just to post the same thing over and over again on TikTok,
On
and that
TikTok.
views. Yeah,
Okay. I've just been trying to do a whip video a day. That's what I've been, just like digging out
yeah.
old whip videos that obviously no one on TikTok's seen because I've never posted. So
yeah.
yeah. And they got cool
No,
little
that's smart.
templates and stuff, little artist templates, creator templates
Mhm.
that like AI automatically syncs the beats with what you've done and
Oh wow.
which is kind of a lot
Yeah, they
easier
got some
than
cool
on
stuff.
Instagram.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh gosh, I've got a doggo has appeared. I just felt so. I was like, oh, it's the dog. But yeah, it's been amazing catching up with you. It was such a cool thing to meet
Thank
you in
you.
New York, and
Yeah, it was really amazing, and I appreciate you guys just taking the time to speak with me. I
oh,
appreciate the platform.
Absolutely.
You're. I mean, even just being in like the creepy spaces on what was it on Tuesdays, right?
on Tuesdays,
On
yeah, NF
Tuesdays,
Tweets has
yeah,
his FCW space. I need to start doing my cute and creepy gang space again, but I just sometimes work gets just crazy, and you know what it's
yeah.
like. it's
I hear.
it's hard to be consistent sometimes, but I try. But yeah, well, we shall say good night. Thanks so much for joining us.
Of course.
Miguel, oh, we've got some amazing comments here. Right? Wick's been here. Hey, dude, Acid. Yeah,
Yeah, the whole gang is
all
here.
the gang, all the FCW have been here. Hans is here as well. So thanks everyone for joining. And Stroke Driven. I got to
I
meet
love
you.
Stroke.
I know. I
Stroke
met
is
Stroke in New York as well.
Stroke's amazing.
She's wonderful. I love her. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Thank you so much for agreeing to speak to us.
Of course.
Next week, I'm saying this. I'm hoping Wick's listening. I'm hoping Wick's on next week. I sent him a DM, so I'm just like peer pressuring him now live to say he'll come on the show.
Peer
Come
pressure.
on, Wick. Peer
Come on,
pressure. Peer
Wick.
pressure. Let's go, Wick.
So yeah, did you want to say anything before we go? One beat.
No, listen. Again, just thank you for your time. Thank you for the opportunity to talk and do this. I love being able to share my process and share my art and music with people. So, you guys know where to find me. Skull Hunters, Aura, Celestial
Yeah,
Odyssey, Sacred Geometry.
we're all
Tap in
over
with
it.
me. Tap in with me.
Miguel, did you want to say anything before we close out?
No, just thank everybody for tuning in. And then next week, I think we're going to be live only on Rebel Lands.
Yes, so we've been sort of saying this for a couple of weeks to make sure everybody knew. But yeah, we're going to be just going through Rebel Ants because we're trying to kind of create a little consistent media vibe, aren't we? So
Yep.
yeah, we're going to try and be on one stream only so everyone knows exactly where to find us.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks guys for joining. Don't forget that there's a new Mystic Moon and you only have to make one Lunar Witch to get it this month. And yeah, stay cute, stay creepy, and we'll catch you next week. Bye guys.
Later.
Have a good night.